Welcome to Sideline, the Baseline with MB, K-Lou. You see that? You see it again. I'm Shelly B.
Brown sugar, baby.
I'm going to go with Shelly B.
Brown sugar. I'm not on I'm about to say something else. But hey, I got brown sugar in my diet. Brown sugar. I'll just put it like that.
I'm staying away from that, Shelly. I'm gonna go with Shelly B. I'm gonna let him do it.
K-Lou.
Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence again, Shelly. You're looking gorgeous as ever. You got to be around by 25.
Check in the mail, K-Lou. Check in the mail, baby.
You gotta be 25, 27, looking as good as you wanna look.
36, 24, 36. Oh,
what's going on?
On to the show.
My Ted.
On to the show.
Hey, so how's it going in the barrel world?
Woo! It's always an adventure. Always an adventure. We have 2 extra kids right now, so we are a party of 8.
Wow.
Yes. Holding it down.
Is the nephew in the building or what?
2 nephews in the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had a celebration. We had our daughter graduated from high school, so we just had a little get together with our close family and friends. They came by, so it was a good time, man.
And she didn't get a prom, so we threw her a prom.
Oh yeah, she didn't get a prom, so we Nicole and Jatanio and Shelly's sister Ray. Man, they went over and beyond and just like made it a special for her, you know. So they crowned her. Hey, K-Lou, they crowned her prom queen and all that.
So y'all all got dressed in the whole 9?
Well, she had more. It was like
she had her theme was Black by popular demand.
Yeah.
So we did Black by popular demand. We all had on shirts. All the boys had on Black Boy Joy. Yeah. We had on Unapologetically Black. You know, we just promoting the culture.
Yeah, and so it was good. It's the way she wanted, and she actually did a photo shoot. I post one picture on my Facebook.
I was like, wow. What that was?
Baseline.
Yeah, you saw.
I was trying to figure out if that was Mackenzie or not.
Yeah,
it was so far. You know, it was so far away, kind of like.
Well, I'm gonna put some more on. I'm gonna put some on y'all site.
Hey, I didn't. Hey, K-Lou, I didn't want to put. Well, that's my daughter Mackenzie, man. I already got the bail money by my bed, so. I was like, should I put her name? I was like, nah, I ain't gonna put her name. I just made it generic. Hey, Dr. Parker, how you doing? Dwayne Jennings, what's up, baby?
Hey, I'm a piggyback on that. Callie this morning changed clothes twice, and I said, and it was one outfit was more girly than the other, and I said, I walked behind her. We was walking out the door, and I said, listen, I say this is the time when daddies just start getting angry and just really extra aggressive, huh? Because I'm like, what is you doing all that for? Like,
who she was changing up for, K-Lou?
I don't know.
Tennis practice? What's going on?
She's 10, and so I'm used to, I'm an athletic dad, so we generally throwing on gym stuff, and so I'm used to my baby, and she wearing girly stuff, and I'm like,
right.
What is all this?
You have to take a look in practice, man. Mixed double class or something going on.
Hold on, I'm always at practice. I know what's going on in practice.
Hey, Pookie, what's up, Leonard? Pookie Willard, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, family?
Dwayne Jennings, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah. Well, we appreciate y'all already pulling up, man. This is the fan show. This is Take It to the Street.
Take it to the streets.
Yes,
take
sir.
it to the street. Take it to the street.
We sure appreciate y'all for pulling up. Be sure to follow, subscribe. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. Hey, follow us, be our friend. We really like friends. And we appreciate y'all, man. So just keep supporting us, man. We got another great show. We'll talk about at the end of this show coming up Friday. So be tuned in to that as well. So I'm gonna kick it off, man. There's a lot been happening since we were on Sunday, but right before we got on, 3 things kind of happened. There was a local coach here that just got hired in February and decided to get gone because of the COVID restrictions, the rules of practice, and the fact that he felt like he was putting kids and his coaches at risk. So that hit hard here locally. And then we have UNC just found out another, well, not another, but 19 of their athletes, coaches, I don't know the breakdown, but 19 total tested positive for COVID. That's been going on all over the country. I know you guys been seeing that. And then Ivy League just shut down football season.
Wow.
The entire season.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
There was word earlier that the Ivy League would probably move it to the spring. That's what we were hearing. And then they said, no, we done. So MB, why are they done?
Bro, see, hey, listen, they were the one, if you look at it, they the one that canceled their they was the first one in college to cancel their whole spring sport.
Yeah.
So hey, they was like, Mom ain't raised no food.
Right. But they focus on academics.
No, but they like, man, forget that.
But still,
they smart. Hey, listen, we better follow suit. They know the research. They probably the doctors and the people who decided, they probably part of it. Like, hey, we ain't gonna make it. We need but they're getting out, they're running. I don't blame them. You better take lead.
But what's the difference though if you're opening school and the kids are gonna be on campus? I mean, is there going to be any difference?
When you talk about the fall sports, especially when you talk about football, I mean,
they're not
come on.
Sweating on campus.
Yeah, exactly. They ain't tackling nobody. I mean, all that stuff. The Jerry curl juice flying on everybody. I keep saying that. The shield
that's doing your beard, man. Ain't nobody wearing it. Y'all the last one,
man. It's like, hey, they say, man, we ain't got time for this. I mean, this ain't a merit. See, I think, K-Lou, in my opinion, obviously, man, it's about the dollar. It's about the dollar because what has changed? Nothing has changed. I mean, it's no magic cure. You can't rub nothing on your skin, all this to protect yourself. There is nothing has changed. And you see the numbers, the results are there. It's staggering. The statistics show that it's growing and growing. All right. And then all that. So nothing has changed. So why do they think, right, that we can go continue sports as is? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about it. And so unfortunately, all right, I was talking to a coach friend of mine, and the thing is, unfortunately, I don't blame that coach from Orlando, man. I'm like, man, I would have resigned too, man. I don't want that on my watch. Somebody gets sick or another older coach or somebody gets sick and they don't recover and they die, man, is it going to take somebody to die for them to say, you know what, enough is enough? We don't need no more martyrs, especially in this. We don't need nobody giving their life or sacrifice their life just to continue sports.
I got a quick question, K-Lou. If your son was playing, would you let him go play if he's in college? Would you let him go play? He's on scholarship.
Hey man, how bad we want it around here. Hey, what we talking about around here? I mean, are we playing at football or we playing football? I mean, it's a decision, So I'm gonna leave it up to the child. Like honestly, we're talking adult at that point. We're talking about adult at that point, and I'm giving it to him.
Well, hold on. I got one for you, K-Lou. What about if your son was in high school? What would you do then?
Hey, so what grade we in?
What? Hey. See, and that's what's happening.
Don't y'all want clarity? Don't y'all want honesty from me? So give me a real parameter. Now. See,
hold on. Pause. Let me throw this in there. Because K-Lou, his wife is a doctor.
You're right.
So K-Lou, he's got a different approach with this whole COVID-19 thing. Right? He ain't wearing no mask. He's a Mandingo. His immune system, his wife.
Yeah. I'm straight from over there. Straight from over there. I haven't been tainted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so his approach to this whole thing is different. Hey, Lou, your approach to this whole thing is different. I mean, you got some inside information or something.
Well, no, it's not. It's not that, y'all. It's the flu. It's a cold. And guess what? What happens to flus and colds? Pretty much everybody get them. So I know we can sit here and pretend and stay in the house, but you still going out. So every time you go out, it's that risk. So I kind of think, and I know I'm gonna get booed and thrown off the ship. I think pretty much everybody gonna end up with it. That's just
not me. The blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus behind me. Hey, I'm fighting the fight.
It's a cold and a flu, MB. It's nothing more.
What?
It's nothing more. Do the numbers there. The last time I checked, Friday, it was 11 million cases in the States, and it was about 130,000 deaths. So you do those numbers, man. You're talking about like 1.2%.
So, but K-Lou,
you know what I mean? Like that's what you're saying.
Professor, all right, explain this.
I'm just saying.
No, listen to me. Here's the question: it could be 12 million people affected with a cold. Are they dying from a cold? Is this numbers? No.
Yes, they are. Actually, they are. The cold and flu every year. No. The cold and flu every year, people die from it. It's just fact. Yeah, it's just fact.
I know from the flu, but not a cold.
But cold and flu, they're pretty much the same. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
So go ahead, Professor. Explain that part to me.
No. See, you're trying to make me a specialist, and I'm not. But I do read a lot. But at the end of the day, what it's exposing is a lot of people underlying conditions is what's going on. So it breaks down the immune system, and a lot of times what people already had going on now is really tough on them. And it's not a game. I don't mean to take it lightly or anything like that. It's just, hey, I'm saved by the blood, and it is what it is, and I know where I'm going. So I mean, everybody has their opinion.
Come on,
hey, everybody has their opinions on this, and I'm just throwing mine out there because you forced it on me.
I did.
It's an individual choice. These masks ain't helping y'all, so you can do the research on that. You can find that out very quickly. So stay in the house then, MB. Don't let me be on the phone with you and you talk about the phone going from your earpiece to the car. Then I know you were in trouble.
No, hey. And I put you on the spot, but I wanted you to share the information you had, right, and share your point of view, because I think it's much needed. Because when you shared it to me, I was like, okay, I understand. And so for me though, I'm like a little different. I'm like, we trying to do our best and then trust God to do the rest. So I'm not letting fear keep me in the cave. But what I'm doing everything we are. Now this joke. I ain't pointing no fingers, K-Lou, but this joke right here is Miss Conspiracy Theory right here. So every time we get something, it's a Jamaican dude, boy, on the thing, boy. And he said the heat, boy, let the heat. So we over the stove, letting the heat get us with all we do all the thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pointing no fingers, Lou.
Well, bless y'all hard, then. Y'all,
we pumping the vitamin C. We wearing the mat. We doing all the stuff that we can, and we pleading the blood of Jesus, right? Okay. So we just doing that. Yeah. But based on that coach, right? Get it back to the main point. That coach, man, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want that on my hand. If somebody, and I understand what you're talking about, statistics and all that show, but I would hate for one of my players or a fellow coach to get it because get exposed to that. And then you know the colleges or schools, they make you sign a waiver, right? So then I wouldn't even want to take that chance. I wouldn't even take that chance. I wouldn't want that on my watch. I wouldn't want one of my players.
So what? So tell me this then. The kid decides not to come back, right? As a staff, you quit. like you quit. We got to move on. We still got a season to play. Like, you've been in that position, MB. At the end of the day, you still got to go line up. So now what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's two sides to this, so we can't pretend like, okay, we gonna sit back, right, and not play and do what we want to do. But y'all better hold my spot, or if you're a pro, you better hold on to my money and still send me my money. You can't have both ways. Like, at the end of the day, it is a business.
And I understand that, and that's what you have to understand. Like, for me, right, it wasn't a COVID-19. We was in a situation where I walked away from my job because I had to take care of my mom. My mom started battling a sickness, and I was like, you know what? And I thank God that financially He blessed us in this position. But as I kept talking to other people about who's in the same situation, they kept saying, "Man, if I had the money, I would have took off. If I had this, I would have taken off." And I was thinking, I got put in that same position. I was like, well, God blessed us with the money. So it's a no-brainer to me. Like, I can get another job, but I can't get another mom. Right. So for me, I understand those, I understand it. Those people who walking away and they sacrifice their money and whatnot, I understand. I've been in that situation. So that's a choice that each individual obviously have to make for what's best for them and their household, you know? And,
well, you also spoke about it being a young adult, though. So I'm putting it back to the question that I received from Shelly. That is a football player in college. He has to make that decision. So he's walking away from a scholarship, quite possibly.
Well, not. I don't think necessarily, because some schools are still honoring that scholarship.
But see, here go my thing too. How can you go to school but you ain't gonna play? Like, to me, you still around people. So like,
it's not. Hey, it's no different. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off.
No, you're good.
It's no different than the transfer rule, right? Somebody go in the transfer portal. I mean, they're right there and they're in that thing. They get free. They eat, sleep. They get everything else other than they just not playing ball. They're still on the payroll.
But they're not gonna be able to do that for too long.
What's that?
Everybody leaving, but then you still get your scholarship. They don't have the money for that.
See?
Well, I understand that. But that's what's happening.
Do it 1 time, 2 times, but then that's gonna add up because you can't feed and house everybody, and you're not giving anything back to the university. So
and that's the thing.
We'll see how long.
Those they can, and some schools are able to get that done. But K-Lou, but that's what happened in the transfer portal, right? And I think when you look at the numbers now, and I don't have statistics on it, right? But based on the percent, you look at the NBA talking about the bubble, right? Where certain players, they opt out of it. It's like, man, I can't do it, right? They can't do it. So you look at the percentage, I think the percentage of players or people that's doing that is still a small percentage.
It's real small.
So I think
they're still making a decision. Like, I just read an article, a small article. It was talking about much more, but it's mentioned Trevor Ariza. He decided to not play because he has to go see his son. Like, that's his month to get his son. And they're still deciding on if they're gonna pay him his salary.
Right. And then
so that's part of it.
No doubt. And that's the sacrifice people gotta make.
Right.
And I know Aver Bradley from the Lakers, he made it because his son, right? His son, he can't take the risk, just like you alluded to, especially if you got any already existing underlying condition, right? It makes you more at risk, right?
Yeah.
And so his son has, if I'm not mistaken, some type of medical condition that makes him at risk. So he's like, man, I can't take this chance, And so go ahead.
We gotta shout out this Cello, baby.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, congratulations to he has a son that was playing at Illinois, playing quarterback. Yeah. I think he transferred and stuff like that, man. But man, that is awesome.
So he said, when you go in there, right? So most people, if they smart, they'll wait to the last point to go in there. They wouldn't go in there before the season start, But
okay. Yeah. Right.
So this is good. He said, my son went in the portal at the end of the spring semester in 2019, and his scholarship ended then.
Right. Okay. But it depends on when. But also,
thanks, Marcellus.
But also, it's the school call as well, Kayla. When you go in that portal, right? It's the school call, and most schools they're honor it, So yeah.
Well, and I wasn't talking about, like, I think Shelly and I was talking about something completely different.
Yeah, I was just using that to compare.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was just using that to connect the dots. To me, it's no different if you guys go in the transfer portal. No, and I'm talking about the same thing. And I'm just saying though, how much if they can honor for a kid transferring school, how much more would they honor if a kid is concerned about his health? Or you know what I'm saying? How much more?
Not too much.
Because they got insurance for that a lot of times as well, especially when we talk about salaries. So yeah, I mean, how about an older coach, right?
You need to be the AD for every school because I just don't believe.
Hey, I'm gonna fight for you, right, baby.
What position is that? They need to make a new position for you.
How about an older coach, right? Oh, you got these. I just talked to one of my coaches, right? Same thing. He's coaching right now. He's concerned. I mean, he's an older coach, just like you talking about underlying condition, right? Well, how about if you're an older coach? Research show that you're at more jeopardy. Now, these older coaches, they out there, they are probably 1 or 2 years from retirement. Man, they probably, man, I need to take it out. You know,
shut it down. I mean, in the NBA, it's being done a little bit different. They're deciding on that for you, so it's a little bit different. So that's interesting how they're going about it. But college, we ain't heard of nothing about that. You 75, get out there, baby, blow that whistle. I need you screaming and yelling.
Now listen, now Jeff Taylor, he man after my own heart. Y'all call me the conspiracy theorist. He said, man, they are fudging the numbers a bit. If someone dies, however they test positive for COVID, they put that death in the COVID camp, even if it wasn't what triggered the cause of death. And that's true because they're getting extra money when they say it's COVID or if they went on the ventilator. So that's all I'm saying. Jeff,
hey, Shelly, well, that sides with me. So the 130,000, you two saying ain't even real. So it's going the other direction.
I agree. I've seen that. I've seen doctors talking about that. So
that's
okay. I mean, I don't know, man. If they got a repellent spray, I'm spraying on anything right here, all over my body.
Hey, to keep in the COVID mode, since we are talking about that, Stanford University just cut 11 out of their 36 varsity program, including men and women fencing, field hockey, men's volleyball, wrestling, or men's rowing, are some of the ones that they had. The other three I may not even heard of. Squash. I don't have to tell me what squash is. Number one, I want to know why y'all had squash as a sport. We barely eat squash, so how y'all gonna be playing?
Hey, there's a couple of things I want to point out. This you reading that just made me think about it. All right, you got the Ivy League school saying, "Hey, we out." Then you got Stanford, who's considered an Ivy League type school. Right. Two of the smart, the Ivy League and Stanford.
Somebody coming next.
Hey, smart. They like, man, we're out. We're making cuts. We ain't dealing with it. We need to follow their lead. All right. Hey, it's like you sitting in class and you ain't properly prepared. You go sit by that smart person.
There you go again. Mike, did you do anything in school? Every time we talk about college, you go to talk about cheating, man.
It's better than cheat than repeat. And when in doubt, look about.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just playing, man.
You say too much.
I'm just playing. Hey, I'm just saying, man. We need to follow them. They smart. They school are full up with research people. They know something we don't know. They know, it's like a scary movie, right? Run, get out the house, go, leave. And they like, we out. They like, bye, Felicia, we're gone. All right, but then also, Lou, the second thing with that, right? Those sports you mentioned, man, they like, give me a reason to cut it, right? They find a reason to slice it. Off with their head. You ain't making no money. Cut.
I know.
COVID-19 gave them a reason to cut those sports. They ain't making no money, and it's like, this is a great opportunity to clear our books as well. They smart, man. I'm telling you. We need to follow.
Man, that's horrible.
One more. I gotta get it in there. Tasha.
Hey, Tasha.
Well, this Marcellus
How
is
you doing, sweetie? Long time.
So Marcellus is saying that Tasha works for a clinic and they have to report a positive test to the CDC, and whatever lab they send it to has to report it, so that 2 reports for 1 test. So they doubling up.
They've been thorough. They've been thorough.
No, they keep pushing it to what I said. That percentage,
they pumping it up. Okay, K-Lou, you're right. You're right.
I think that 1% done went to below 1%.
You're right, K-Lou. You are right.
Hey, explain, Marcella. Hey, if you guys don't know, Marcellus Rivers was our teammates at the Giants, baby.
Yes, sir.
Tight end, they been holding it down from Texas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, I think he's from Texas, right?
Oklahoma, I thought.
Well, he lived in Texas, but he played for Oklahoma State. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then his son, then you said his son was a baller?
He went to Illinois.
Yeah,
he went to Loving. He was out there with Loving. Loving Hill.
Yeah.
So man, moving right along, man. It's time for us to talk about what's really going on out here in this sports world. And I'm talking about not the $1 million man, but the $500 million.
Wait a minute.
I mean the $500 million man.
$500 billion man.
And we ain't talking about pesos. We talking about American dollars. American, not pesos, but American dollars, baby. Come on, pay the man.
Okay, yeah.
Look at you. Okay, you right.
All right.
I know his son. Hey, that's my dude, though. He good people.
So obviously that's exciting, and here's the deal. I first thought about, I wonder what his deal looked like, MB. And what I mean by that is, what can he do? Does he now have to have a driver? Can he drive anymore? Can he feed himself? Does he have to? Is he like a king now and he needs a taster? So they taste his food, chew it, swallow it, and then wait around for about an hour to see if they don't croak, and then he can eat. Like, what are the things that he can't do no more?
Nothing. And you better believe they're gonna have a life policy on them. They're gonna have any on everything. They're gonna protect their investment, right? So they're gonna make sure they got every insurance policy on him to cover that money, all that stuff. But he's franchised, man. That dude there, he deserves it, and he's only 24 years old.
He really is the franchise. We started that word, but he really is all of them.
If the rule would allow it to him. Oh, so you say call him Stevie Franchise?
Right, for real. He's franchise for real. We playing around when we call it Steve franchise. Right. No, it's the franchise for real. He all of it. You know what I mean? This is what I saw in college, man. I was in high school. Georgia used to seem to play down here all the time, and So Garrison Hurst, MB.
Oh yeah,
was playing for Georgia at the time. Yeah. Man, do you know after practice, because they used to practice at my high school, after practice for this, the whole team went to the 2 buses. You know how there's 2, 3, 4 buses, however many it be. Do you know what Garrison went and got in?
What?
The police car with the police. I say, talking about protecting your investment. So I can tell you right now, Patrick Mahomes gonna be in the police car. He ain't riding with y'all.
He ain't riding with y'all. He ain't riding with y'all.
He can do whatever he want to do. And if the rules would allow it, he probably would got ownership too. He'd have became a minority owner of that team. I'm telling you. He had so much leverage.
You have to do that undercover, right? You'd have to do that undercover.
Stick him up. Pay the man. Pay me. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Hey,
I think
what they do?
Yeah.
They couldn't do nothing. Dallas better wake up.
So here's my next question, right? What does this mean for the rest of the NFL? Most importantly, what does this mean for Dak and Jerry Jones? So Cello, you need to come back on because these your people. You live in Texas now. These your people.
Marcella, what comment you got? Because for me, right? Okay, first of all, Dak ain't gonna reach that. He ain't gonna top that deal. It's like however, hey, it helped raise him up. It raised up his price because the market's now been reset. And if I was Dak, I would have waited on him, which is smart. He's got a deal, so now obviously I'm not gonna. It's just gonna make my little deal look a whole lot better. The money you throwing my way, it make it look a whole lot better. Because what happened was when we played with the Giants, right? Strahan reset the market,
right?
And a lot of dudes was trying to get there, and they couldn't get there. All right, and this deal here, a lot of people can't get there. All right, they're not gonna get there. All right, but what's happening is still gonna help their cause. It's gonna make their number look a whole lot better because they're gonna be like, man, 500 million or paying you this. All right, I'd rather pay you this. You know what I'm saying? But eventually it's gonna catch up, but not right now. By the time they catch up, this dude's gonna reset the market again. Because what's happening because of the cap numbers, right? Maybe after 3 years, right? He's going back to the table again. Yeah. He's gonna redo it and you're gonna see it's gonna keep going on and on. If this guy continue to head in the path he's on, he's gonna keep resetting the market over and over again.
Well, what happens if they don't play this year?
Hey.
Bye, Felicia. Hey, then he gonna be like this. Make sure you send here's my account number. Make sure you wire my money to 00058. He's making sure his money is direct deposit.
I can tell you one player in Kansas City gonna be out there and practice at the facility every day. I bet it'd be Patrick Mahomes. He ain't gonna get him now reason not to cut his check.
Oh man,
and I think that's a good place to end. We definitely got a great show coming up on Friday, man. We talking about HBCU. We touching a little. It gonna get a little tight. I know Michelle LeBaron. It gonna get a little tight, and it ain't gonna even be me. We passing it on. All we gonna do is ask the questions, and we gonna let the chips fall where they may. And man, we got some great guests coming in. We got two dads that have had D1 kids before and are raising another younger D1 kids right now. They're back in the saddle. They're gonna get their opinions about HBCUs. Were they approached? How were they approached? We got a recruiter from that's here in Florida. He's also one of the fathers. He's going to be talking about his experience as helping other kids navigate this process through recruiting and what HBCUs, how they fit into that. Then we got a former NFL GM that's going to come on. He's going to tell us if they even look in that direction when they're scouting for players and how in depth do they get with it. Then we got some coaches, some HBCU coaches. We got a basketball pro scout. We got an athletic director. And go ahead, MB.
Yeah. So we got just a tag team with him. We got Orlando Early. All right. He was a head basketball coach at Louisiana Monroe. And then also he was an assistant, been an assistant at maybe 30 years, right, at least. And then for the past couple of years, I believe he was been a scout for the Memphis Grizzlies, right? So he's gonna come on. And then we got my boy Alex Wood, all right, who used to be the head coach at FAMU Rattlers. All right, used to be down at the U with me. He was our running back coach, but was an OC, coached in the NFL, receiver coach for Cincinnati Bengals, offensive coordinator at Arizona Cardinals, right? And then, like I mentioned before, head coach at FAM, and head coach is James Madison. So he's going to be on the show talking about the same thing, sharing his experience when he's at FAMU. All right, so we had a good talk with him. And then we got one of my Shelly classmates. She's the athletic director at Winston-Salem State. Go ahead and talk about her, Miss Thomas.
Yeah, Etienne Thomas. And she's the athletic director, but she's been at Kentucky State. I believe she was at Iowa, so she's been making her rounds and just going higher and higher. She went to a HBCU, and now she's an athletic director at one. So she can bring you her experience and also a female's experience.
Yeah, and just talk about rebuilding the pipeline. I mean, that's what the show is about. We're just trying to figure out because Maker, the guy Maker, one of the top recruits in the nation, all right, made a commitment. He's going to Howard University, taking his talent, right, to HBCU, right? And then now we're looking at, especially with the environment and everything going on, is that a viable option? All right. And then if you go there, right, or is it going to be beneficial for you, or is it going to hinder you? You know, we're looking at it from football as well as basketball, all right, answering those questions. And then also with the HBCU, all right, sometimes they're on that low budget, all right? They're going to have to step up if they could want this pipeline to continue. There's some things they're going to have to do to put in place to help create this thing, create the momentum to keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, I ain't touching it. I'm just putting it out there. I ain't going to get my head bit off.
That's right.
I'm just going to ask some questions, Shelly, and I'm going to sit back and listen to the else.
Yeah.
WIers, just
Come
listen.
on, man. Come on, man. Can we all get along, man? We all get along. What's up with this?
We can get along.
Well, we appreciate y'all for pulling up again, man. We really appreciate it, man. You guys are the Blood Eyes show. You keep this heart pumping, man. You get us excited about doing it every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, man. This has just been awesome. It's hopefully you guys are growing with us and also getting something out of it. Again, we were just still elated and excited about last Friday's show. We think this one can even touch another whole different kind of nerve. The truth gonna be out there, and I think the word of God said the truth will set you free. So some people gonna be freed after this show.
Yeah, and my boy David Cooper. His daughter, he said she was Miss FAMU, huh?
Yeah.
Now she running Miss North Carolina. All right, North Carolina. All right.
Go. What's her name?
What's her name, Coop? What's your daughter's name?
That's amazing.
That's awesome. Okay, HBC love right there. All right, we talking about all that. That's good.
Well, we definitely appreciate y'all again. Friday, 6 p.m. Holla at us. Be there. Hey, catch us on, like we said earlier, we are definitely on YouTube. We on Facebook, obviously, and then we're on Instagram as well. So catch us in any kind of way you can catch us, man. And we appreciate
You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss it. God's been providing. We got a rabbit in the hat we got for you. All right, it's a game changer, baby. Game changer. You don't want to miss it. Trust me.
So for MB. Brian, Shelly B, and K. Lou.
And
we'll see y'all next time, man. God bless you. We love you.
Love you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Bye. Peace. See you later.